Good evening, friends. I'm Dr. Abby, and I'm here with Dr. Liz for, I don't remember which number, maybe 11
11-ish?
episode of What's Up, Docs. This is where we discuss how your movement patterns affect your voice and what to do about it.
Yeah, tonight we've got something super fun. We are going to listen to Melissa sing a little bit. She's going to start off with a cut from a song. Then we're going to do a few exercises. I'm going to tell you what I hear. And then she's going to sing it again. So yeah, before we get started, Abby and I are very excited about a new group we're putting together, called a new mastermind group for performing singers called Move, Breathe, and Sing. And we are going to combine our powers as a doctor of physical therapy and a doctor of vocal performance to help you find ease in your voice and performing. So hit us up if you're interested. And without further ado, Melissa, what are you going to sing for us?
I am singing a little ditty. It's not really a little ditty, sorry. It's called Heavenly Day. It's by Patty Griffin, and it's more of a rock pop musical theater audition song that I would use. Let's see. No one at my shoulder bringing me fears. Got no clouds up above me, bringing me tears. Got nothing to tell you, I got nothing more to say. Only I'm glad to be here with you on this heavenly, 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 heavenly day. Oh, heavenly day.
All right, brava, brava. So before we listen to you sing it all, tell me what felt easy about that. What didn't feel easy?
um, it's in my zone. It's in my comfy zone. So it's not super high and it's not super low. It's in that sweet spot. It's in my contemporary pop sweet spot
Nice.
for most of the song, which is nice. What is difficult is trying to keep the ease when I am doing I guess what you might call like the melismas or the movement at the beginning. And then also as I go higher and I get closer to going into a full belt, because I never quite go into a full belt, but as I'm getting closer to those notes, like in that like B, C range, I think it's a C up there.
Oh, okay, that's what I was going to ask you. At the end, those little melismas you did, you'd say that was a C?
No, I mean like the heavenly, 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 heaven. That's a C, I believe, and I can double check.
No, it's a D. That's what I
Is
was
it?
wondering. It's a D, yeah. You could tell by how,
Oh, it's a C sharp.
is it? Okay. Interesting. All right.
Yes.
Okay. So, anything else?
No, I think it's just popping up there and keeping that same. I don't want to say control, but that ease.
Okay. I would say that when you got to those melismas at the end, you pulled back a little bit. You sounded just a skosh scared and you lost that power. Would you
Mm-hmm.
agree with that? At the very end of the melismas, I wanted to hear a
Oh
little
yeah.
bit more.
Yeah.
Like, "Rrr." Yeah, okay. Um, when you got to those, it sounded like you pulled back. What were you thinking? What actions were you taking at that point? That's a specific question. So if you don't know, you can just say,
I'm physically, I'm not exactly sure. I think mentally, it was like, okay, keep it together.
Okay. I think we singers all know that feeling, like,
Like
don't.
more control. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. All right. Well, let's start off. We're just going to do a few exercises. Melissa and I sang just a little bit before the live, and we're just going to do a little bit more right now. A little bit more of the same, actually. So let's go ahead and hear a lip trill. Does that already feel easier than it did a minute ago?
Yeah.
By the way, yeah. So when we first did this before we came on, she was bringing up a lot of weight. She was trying to bring that chest voice up. Lip trills are really good for that. Voice teachers all know this, right? One of the things it's good at is helping us find a nice light head voice without bringing up extra weight. And you were able to do that with so much more ease just then. So excellent. Now, excuse me. My, 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 my.
My, 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 my. My, 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 my. My, 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 my. My, 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 my.
But you're being really like pretty and thoughtful, and I'd like for you to be a little bit more flippant. My, 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 my.
My, 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 my. My, 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 my.
Somehow my keyboard just got unplugged. I may or may not have a poltergeist. I'm just saying, it's a possibility. One sec.
Something always happens on live. Some sneaky something is going around.
My keyboard just died. My keyboard just died.
Like it's plugged in and it's just dead. Oh my god.
Ooh, y'all. This is me being frustrated.
Oh my gosh. It's not funny, but it is funny that this happened at this moment while people are watching.
Melissa, what'd you do to my keyboard? Just kidding.
Oh, I'm sorry, it was me.
The power of her voice. When
Oh, hang on, there's one more thing I can check.
She's gonna try something. So while she's doing that, you might have watched me get really awkwardly close to the camera doing this. What is she doing? While Melissa was watching. So Melissa, the things that I'm looking at while you're singing, and I'm gonna sit here and tell you these things as though I don't want to give you a complex. Like none of this matters. It's just observations that I'm making in this moment at that time while you're singing. Is that your right arm is held a little bit more closely to your body, and your left one kind of like is floating away from your body a little bit more. All this is telling me is that like your ribs like to shift in one direction than the other. I'm just kind of, so that's what my awkward like observation face is while you're singing. So just ignore me, but these are the kinds of things that I'm looking at. This is really helpful for our next video session when we're gonna dive into some posture and movement things. So Liz, what's the status on the piano? It's dead?
Yes. Good thing I don't have to teach tomorrow. That's a lie. Separate issue. We're not going to worry about it right now. So, Abby, just so you know, working with theater singers is like magical because what you just said, like, don't be offended. I'm like, oh, she's a theater singer. Like, don't get offended. Like, they're like, tell me so that I can improve. Seriously, that's one of the reasons why I love working with MT singers because it's like, yeah, I'll do the super weird thing that you ask me to do, and I don't know why, but okay, I'll try it. And it's just excellent. So anyway, let's come back to the my. I've got my nifty free keyboard app. Oh, it's free.
It's so cute.
Thanks. Okay, excellent. So,
Can I just say, those things are amazing. You go to any audition, like you're out on the streets in New York, people have that out and they're plunking out their notes and they're warming up out there because they can't warm up anywhere else. But those things save us.
Yes, no, they were fabulous. I think we were in D, I'm not positive. My.
My, 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 my. My, 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 my. My, 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 my. My, 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 my.
Oh, look, what did you just do, Melissa? You did something really good we talked about right beforehand. What'd you do?
I took the front steps.
Tell us what that means.
Okay, so as you're going descending in your exercise, instead of holding it back and going, ma, you're thinking about that forward space and coming down the notes, but forward.
Yeah, so when we descend, it's really common, very good. It's really common for us to do the oh, the swallow thing. We're pressing our tongue, we're tensing those muscles, and we don't need to. And so when we say take the front steps, what we're saying is don't let the sound oh get swallowed in your throat, which is not literally what's happening, but a lot of singers use that kind of language. The space thing that Melissa's talking about is a sensation, right? I know. The space is what we feel, and what we feel is an effect of what we do. So by not letting those muscles constrict in the back and pressing the tongue, you were able to continue to feel the space in that kind of bright, speechy way. Would you say that's accurate?
Yep.
Okay, cool. We shouldn't have met beforehand. Gave away all my tricks. Just kidding.
Sorry.
No.
Well, let's see if I can do it again. It comes and goes.
Okay. Ooh, nice diminished chord. My, 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 my.
My, 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 my. My, 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 my.
Oh, my.
My, 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 my.
Go, release that jaw. My, 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 my.
My, 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 my.
Yeah, so what I just said was kind of mean. I just said, hey, release your jaw. Like, that's one of those things we can just do automatically, right? So what I was really asking Melissa to do was start to release her jaw, start to use more movement to start to release some of this stuff. Most of us don't know how to release our jaws. Would you say, jaws? We only have one jaw. Just kidding. Would you say that's true, Melissa?
Yeah.
Do you, okay, when I say release your jaw, what does that mean to you physically?
For me, physically, it means don't hold or try not to tense the back of the jaw.
Okay. Oh, I like that. Okay, good. Now do this one more time. My, 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 my.
My, 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 my.
Still a little, oh.
Yeah.
Do it like this with your hand. This is ridiculous. And just sing it again.
My, 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 my.
Yeah, good. Well, and now I keep trying to hit my keyboard. There's a reason I sat behind my keyboard. My, 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 my.
My, 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 my.
Good.
My, 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 my.
Good. So there's a couple of things happening here. One of the things is Melissa's moving her head back and forth. And one thing that's really, no, this is good, Melissa, because when we're tense, we can't move. So while you don't want to perform like this, it's a good way to start to establish singing with free muscle. So you are moving. And this is just a reminder to take the front steps. And that's it. It's just to not let it go back, because did you feel that made a difference?
I know my brain was working harder.
Yes. Abby, could you hear the difference when she did this? Yeah, it's really weird, but
the words to describe it, but it felt like it was coming at me better.
ooh, I like that. It's a more present sound, right? And it's an easier sound, and it's a speechier sound, which is good for a lot of MT. Now let's do this exercise on my. And by the way, I got these my exercises, or I'm basing them on some stuff I've done with the fabulous Dr. Kari Reagan, who Abby knows and Melissa might not, but anyway, always like to give credit. All right, so now, my, 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 my.
My, 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 my.
One more time. My.
My.
That was a little, huh? My.
My.
Good, and now go my.
My.
Good. I know, it's fun to hear all these noises thrown at you, isn't it? Okay, now, my, 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 my.
My, 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 my. My, 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 my. My, 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 my. My, 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 my. My, 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 my.
Can you not get louder?
My, 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 my.
Oh, but can you not get louder and not go into a light head mix? I'm so mean.
My, 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 my.
Oh, okay.
My, 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 my. My, 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 my.
Again, I release that jaw a little bit more.
My, 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 my.
One more time.
Ugh.
Add your arm.
My, 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 my.
I'm like, where are we? One more.
My, 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 my.
Now go, my. This one's not a pretty exercise.
My,
not quite so light. My. You're not really going to sing like that. I mean, you might someday, but not not in this song.
My.
It's getting a little affected. How would you describe the quality when I do it? You want me to do it one more time?
Yeah.
My. It's not pretty.
Screechy? No, it's screechy.
Yeah, it's a little screechy. I feel nothing here when I'm doing it, right? So I'm trying to keep some of those chest voice muscles engaged as you go up to work on that powerful mix up high. So try it here. My. Again, not final product stuff.
My.
So you're switching to a head voice. You're switching to a light head. So this is where we start getting some of this body stuff in. So what I would do normally in a lesson now is I would have her do that while doing a squat. Ma, right? So everybody gets to watch me do a squat. My. Okay, so remember, Abby's watching you squat, just so you know. No pressure.
So go. Okay.
Yep. So as you go down in space, I want you to go up in pitch.
My.
So I'm hearing, it's just going straight nasal. And it's not that there's no nasality to the tone, but we're losing some of that chest. Oh, something just turned off.
Oh, that was my speaker, sorry.
No worries. So what we're going to do is I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it a little bit lower. Okay, so not on my keyboard though. Anyway, I'll stop being a baby. My. Now go my. Better. When we do this, when we make these weird sounds, we're working on preparing the space inside, right? So, and getting the right function. So there's a reason we make these sounds. My. But don't start here. My. Yeah. Don't this we're going up like this. We're not doing this yet. Add the squat. Was that easier? Yeah? What did you feel here?
It was the same amount of effort.
Okay. Would you say the function was a little bit different? Meaning, was it more chest voicey, that chest voice dominant? And what did it feel like?
Honestly, it felt like there was more muscle up there than before.
There was definitely more core to the sound. Yeah, but was there more muscle here?
I'm not sure.
Okay. And if there is more muscle here, then we want to do something different, right? We want you to be able to make that sound without, right, the choking.
Okay.
Try it one more time. What did you feel here?
Nothing. Except for I wanted to burp, but that was beside the fact.
We singers have so many fun things that we talk about. Next, we'll talk about sinuses and snot. Yay! You get used to it. All right, let's do one more. Do a little bit more. Like do a little bit of a slide up. All right, so for now, that was an F major. So the C, it's not quite as easy for you. We would figure that out in less than a lesson.
Okay.
So the next thing we want to do, because we want to bring that chest voice up, but for you, we also need to work on strengthening your easy head voice, right? In order to have those mixy sounds that you were singing in your song, you've got to have a head voice that's just as strong as your chest voice. So this is the last thing we're going to do. And just a quick note about that exercise. What's really cool about it is when you do it well, you don't feel anything here. You're not putting pressure on your voice. You're not using all these muscles to to get the sound up. Because if you do sing that way with a lot of musculature, you might get a decent sound sometimes, but it's not going to feel very easy, and you're not going to be able to sing that way for long. So next thing we would do, Ooh, let's make some soft, breathy ooh sounds. Ooh.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah, do that one again. Ooh.
Oh.
Don't worry about that. A little bit more release here. Ooh.
Oh.
And one more time.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh.
Can you do it breathy?
Oh.
You know what was awesome about that? It wasn't really very breathy. But it probably felt, did it feel breathy?
More than the others out. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I'm sure there was more air coming through, but it wasn't a breathy sound. What would it sound like if you actually did something like, ooh? And I do this, just so you know, to help folks release their jaws. When we're doing ooh sounds, our jaws start to release a little bit. And these are just reminders.
Oh.
Well, no, no, no.
Oh.
Can you get closer to the mic?
Let me fix this.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay, good. And now just regular. Ooh.
Oh.
Okay, now I want, oh, my keyboard. Okay, now I want you to go. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
So staccato first and then down.
Yeah.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
What?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Ooh, 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 ooh.
Ooh, ooh,
Yeah,
ooh.
what's your tongue doing?
It was in the back.
Okay, try it again. Where should it be?
Tip of the tongue at the bottom of your bottom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just lightly touching the back of your bottom teeth right now. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Good. Can you do this? Ugh. Hang on. It's not working. You guys.
Turn it off and turn it back on.
No way. I mean, come on. Oh my god.
All right, so, okay, now it's going to play an ad. I'm going to stop. I could do this all day. So what I'm hearing with Melissa and what I'm seeing, there's a lot of involvement here, right? She has a tendency to every once in a while grab just a little bit, right? And it's really normal, and there's nothing wrong with singing that way unless it's the only way we can make that sound, right? So we don't want to, like, this is my default, I do everything like that. And I'm exaggerating, it wasn't that pronounced. So what I've been learning working with Abby is things like shortened muscles in the back of our neck due to an injury can make it really hard for people that are used to this. It doesn't have to be due to an injury. It could just be due to use. So I don't know about you, but I've heard so many voice teachers, and I've been guilty of this, say, okay, I need you to free your neck. And I've done Alexander technique stuff, right? I've done a lot of study with that, body mapping, but I need to know that Melissa might not be able to release those muscles in a comfortable way that gives her a nice bobblehead, as I like to call it, right? So she may be able to, but this is where working with somebody like a PT is so valuable, because she can give Melissa ideas to work around this that I can't. I can say some things that might be helpful, right? But working with a PT would make it a heck of a lot faster to find some of that freedom. And because I know Melissa, I also know that she carries a lot of tension in her hips, right? And the lower back. And as we learned last week, your last long-term gig, you had to wear these tiny costumes, right? So you felt like you had to clench your muscles, your butt, your hips, your gut. Whew.
Concept.
Not a fun.
Yes.
Yeah. So I know that this is not isolated, right? So we are one unit. So with Abby helping to do some of the body stuff, and then I'll continue to do some of the vocal stuff, strengthening the chest voice, strengthening the head voice. Oh, Abby's got pictures.
I'm over here like doing homework. I'm like, oh, I see her doing, and I'm flipping through all of my notes, and I have some ideas for next week. We're doing some weird stuff.
Oh, that's exciting.
Well, it is exciting, and I want to help you find that because you even told me last time you want some of your high floaty notes back, and you want to work on that higher mix. Those are two of the things, and I heard that in your song, and you're so stinking talented and such a hard worker that I know we can accomplish a lot in a short period of time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Melissa, do you have any questions?
Do I have any homework for next time?
Oh, good question.
Good students.
I know, Melissa's the best. Melissa's awesome. So what I would do, continue starting with things like lip trills, where you don't get louder as you go higher. Okay, so we want to start strengthening your head voice, and that's one way you're going to start to access it more easily, and it gets the breath moving. Lip trills are great. The other thing that I would do is some straw work. Now, you'll hear more about the straw from us later. Do some like work on just disengaging this stuff for those breathy ooh sounds. And the breathy ooh sound, again, is not the final product. We're just working to, when we sing breathy, we've got to, these are vocal folds. When we sing breathy, we've got to free these a little bit so more air can come through. One of the issues with a lot of singers is that we sing with so much pressure that singing breathy is really hard because we can't release. So slides, ooh, yeah, do slides too. Ooh, ooh, using this. So I would do some of your regular warm-ups, making sure to start with some lip trills or some other semi-occluded vocal tract. Lip trills, V's. I find those to be really, really effective. Maybe hold off on the V's. Hold off on the V's. With your tension stuff, we don't want to add to that. So, lip trills. Light floaty oohs. Practice the my's. Front steps. Nice and easy. And one of the ways you know you're not doing the front steps is if your sound gets hootier inside. My. Right? That was more of a classical sound. My. Oh. So just hold yourself accountable. But we're going to see you again on Monday. Hold yourself accountable, meaning don't just sing the exercise and not pay attention to how you're doing it.
Right.
Okay. We'll see you on Monday, and we're going to film a longer session. And I want you to sing. You don't even need to do a lot because I know you're working full time too. But do at least 20 minutes of these, maybe 4 or 5 times.
Okay.
Okay. And I know you're working on another song for another masterclass, aren't you?
Yeah.
What style is that?
That is what Sherry Sanders calls fairies, so it's more of a poetic style. Think like Regina Spektor,
Yeah.
that
Oh,
kind
I
of
love
sound.
it. What does she call it?
Fairies.
Oh, Regina Spektor is totally fairies. I love that.
Yeah.
Well, excellent. Abby, do you have any questions?
This will be the easiest question of the day. Will you do me a favor and just wave your right hand? Perfect. Sometimes the camera will switch, and I just.
Oh, that's fair. Yes.
You know what's funny? I was sitting here going, I bet she's looking at her shoulder. I wonder what she's doing. No, she's like, no, which side is right?
No, I totally am. I've got all of these ideas. There's nothing that's like, oh my God, you're broken, right? There's just all of these little things that you've done the entire time you're singing. And Liz said it best just a few minutes ago, where she said, if it's the only way you can do it, it's not. That you need to like broaden your vocabulary, right? So, so there are just a couple of things that we're gonna dive into when we'll see each other on Monday, but for all of you out there on Facebook Live, you guys will get to see it on Wednesday at 7 p.m. And we'll go through postural assessment, movement assessment, and then we'll take her through a couple of exercises and have her sing the same song afterward to see how she feels she sounds, and what Liz can add to that.
Yay, fun. Sorry, this one was really long. So if anyone stuck around, I'm super impressed. And I got thrown by my keyboard situation. I'm not going to lie. That threw me for a loop. Anyway, Melissa, you are fabulous as always. Good luck going back to work tomorrow. It's always hard to go back to work.
Yeah.
She's been on a break. Abby, thank you. And again, What's Up Docs? Breathe.Move.Sing is our new program starting in October. We're really psyched about it. And you'll hear more info about that from us soon. Have a great night. Hold on.